A new chapter of determination is unfolding in Burkina Faso under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. The young president has once again made a bold move to strengthen his country's defense forces by delivering a massive batch of heavy weapons to the national army. This powerful gesture has stirred both pride and hope among Burkina Faso citizens who see in it a renewed commitment to sovereignty, security, and national dignity. The delivery, described as one of the largest in recent years, represents far more than just a military supply. It is a declaration that Burkina Faso intends to stand on its own feet and secure its destiny with its own strength. For years, the country has been fighting a prolonged and painful battle against terrorist groups that have terrorized its northern and eastern regions. Entire villages were displaced, thousands lost their lives, and development came to a halt in many rural communities. The population, weary of instability and dependence on outside assistance, has longed for a government that would take ownership of the security crisis. When Captain Ibrahim Traoré came to power, he promised to restore pride to the Burkina Faso army and return hope to the people. Step by step, he has translated that promise into action. The recent delivery of heavy weapons is one of the clearest signs yet that this promise is being fulfilled. Reports from Ouagadougou suggest that the new equipment includes armored vehicles, modern artillery systems, and tactical transport vehicles. Tools designed not just to defend, but to empower. By reinforcing mobility, firepower, and protection, these weapons will give the army the capacity to conduct more effective operations in areas that were once too dangerous to approach. Soldiers and volunteers for the defense of the homeland, known locally as VDP, who have often fought with limited resources, now feel that their sacrifices are being recognized and rewarded. For many citizens, this moment goes beyond military power. It represents a national awakening. Burkina Faso, once dependent on foreign support to tackle insecurity, is showing that it can take responsibility for its own future. The government's approach emphasizes self-reliance, discipline, and patriotism, reminding the population that national defense is not the task of the state alone, but a collective effort. The message from Captain Traoré has been clear and consistent. The defense of the homeland is everyone's duty, and unity is the strongest weapon a nation can possess. This new direction has also brought an emotional sense of pride among ordinary citizens. Across the country, people are celebrating this achievement as proof that Burkina Faso is regaining its sovereignty. Markets, schools, and mosques echo with conversations about the country's progress. For many, it is a sign that the sacrifices of soldiers and civilians have not been in vain. It is a declaration that the country is no longer waiting for others to save it. Instead, it is reclaiming control over its own destiny with courage and determination. The delivery of these heavy weapons comes at a crucial moment. Over the past year, the Burkina Faso army has regained control of several key areas once held by terrorist groups. Roads that were previously unsafe for travel are reopening, and displaced families are slowly returning home. Humanitarian corridors have been re-established, allowing much-needed aid to reach remote areas. The military's renewed strength has been matched by growing trust between the army and the local population. Intelligence sharing, coordination with village defense groups, and new logistical systems have made military operations more targeted and efficient. Observers across the region have taken note of this evolution. Many see it as part of a wider shift taking place across the Sahel, where nations are striving to build self-sustaining defense systems free from external interference. Alongside Mali and Niger, Burkina Faso is a founding member of the Alliance of Sahel States, a partnership that emphasizes solidarity, mutual defense, and economic cooperation. The arrival of new weapons in Burkina Faso not only strengthens its own army, but also reinforces this broader alliance. It symbolizes that the Sahel can stand together, protect its borders, and chart its own course in the face of regional challenges. The move also reflects a shift from defense to deterrence. In the past, Burkina Faso's army was often forced into a reactive position, defending villages and towns against surprise attacks. Today, with better equipment and stronger logistics, it can launch offensive operations to dislodge terrorist cells before they attack. The aim is no longer to survive, but to secure. This new mindset marks a transformation in both strategy and spirit. It shows that the Burkina Faso army, once struggling to keep up with better armed enemies, is now capable of taking the fight to them. What makes this development particularly significant is its connection to the government's broader vision of national reconstruction. The strengthening of the army is not viewed in isolation. It is part of a larger framework that includes industrialization, infrastructure building, and social revival. The state has been encouraging local manufacturing and the establishment of repair facilities for military vehicles and equipment. By investing in homegrown capacity, Burkina Faso is laying the groundwork for long-term sustainability. The goal is to ensure that future generations will not have to depend on imported weapons or foreign experts to protect their country. Economic experts also highlight the importance of this policy for national development. Defense spending, when aligned with domestic production, can stimulate local industries and create skilled employment. The development of logistics centers, maintenance workshops, and transport infrastructure benefits both the army and the civilian economy. Each investment in security, therefore, doubles as an investment in growth. The government's message is simple. A nation cannot prosper without peace, and peace cannot last without the means to defend it. For the soldiers on the ground, the new delivery of weapons has had a psychological impact as well. For years, they have fought under difficult conditions, often using outdated equipment against well-armed adversaries. The arrival of modern tools has boosted morale and strengthened their belief that victory is achievable. Many of them now speak with renewed confidence about their mission and their future. The sense of abandonment that once haunted the ranks is slowly fading, replaced by a feeling of unity and purpose. But despite this progress, the road ahead is still challenging. Extremist groups remain active in parts of the country, often resorting to unpredictable tactics. The government's challenge is not only to maintain military pressure, but also to continue rebuilding trust in areas once abandoned by the state. Schools, hospitals, and markets must reopen in liberated zones to ensure that the return of peace is lasting. The security effort must go hand in hand with social reconstruction. What cannot be denied, however, is that the momentum has changed. The Burkina Faso people are witnessing a transformation in both leadership and spirit. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has emerged as a symbol of youthful determination and national pride, a leader who speaks of independence, courage, and unity rather than submission or fear. His focus on local empowerment and regional solidarity resonates across Africa, where many nations are rethinking their place in a changing global order. This development also sends a broader message to the continent. It demonstrates that African nations can build their own strength, set their own priorities, and defend their own territories. The story of Burkina Faso under Traoré is not just about weapons. It is about willpower, resilience, and the rediscovery of self-confidence. It is a reminder that sovereignty is not given. It is earned through sacrifice, discipline, and unity. Across the Sahel, ordinary people are watching closely. They see in Burkina Faso's actions a reflection of their own aspirations, to live in dignity, to be free from fear, and to control their own resources. Whether in Bamako, Niamey, or Ouagadougou, there is a growing sense that Africa's future depends on Africans standing together. The delivery of heavy weapons to the Burkina Faso army, therefore, carries symbolic weight far beyond national borders. It marks the beginning of a new era in which African states are asserting themselves on their own terms. It is a sign that, despite the hardships of recent years, Hope is alive, and the will to rise is stronger than ever. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's decision to arm his nation's defenders is not just a military measure, it is an act of faith in his people and a statement to the world that Burkina Faso will no longer be defined by instability, but by strength and self-reliance. For millions across Africa, this moment stands as a powerful example that when a nation believes in itself, it can transform adversity into victory. If you're watching this on Voice of Africa, don't forget to like this video so that YouTube recommends it to more viewers who care about Africa's progress. Subscribe for more inspiring stories and detailed reports on the continent's transformation. Together, we amplify Africa's voice and celebrate its journey toward unity, resilience, and independence.